Well, I suppose in my case, I had my first drink when I was 17, and really and truly from the word go, my drinking was not normal. I craved more as soon as I had the first drink. I always got drunker than the rest of my friends. I had blackouts, I couldn't remember what was happening. So, it was looking back, it was problematic from day one. And looking back from when I was about 21, I should have been in rehab. But to me then, an alcoholic was somebody that lay at the bottom of William Street. Got married in my early 30s. The marriage wasn't terribly successful. I had a baby. The marriage broke up when he was about 8 months. And that was me really. That was my perfect excuse for kind of hitting the skids, and my drinking went down rapidly for about 3 years, and I lost my job, and the children were taken away. Social services were involved, and I got pregnant again in a relationship, and social workers were there. The baby was taken away from me whenever she was born. She was put into care for a year, and that was really when I kind of caught myself on, when everything had gone, basically. The family weren't talking to me. They'd taken out the chip pan out of the house and put on a deep fat fryer and said, get on with it, because they couldn't do any more than they'd already done. I went back to the Northlands because I had kind of been going out seeing the people out there now and again, and the late Jim Harrigan, and he said to me, well, you've just had a baby, but that's not going to be any excuse for you now. He says, you've been pissing about treatment centres up and down the country for the last 2 or 3 years. He said, you come in here, you'll work. I was loving it. So I went in there for the 6 weeks, and I think it was the day my oldest girl came in and described me, described what I was like, described this monster that I turned into when I was drinking, and I didn't recognise that person at all, and just the realisation of what I had become, what I had turned into, what I had through drink. And I came out of the Northlands, and I didn't know whether anybody was talking to me right still or not. I didn't know if I had anybody or anything, but I knew that I had to get my life back on track again. I knew I couldn't drink again if I wanted to have any kind of life. And I think unless attitudes change, and the way we behave, and the relationship that we have with drink is completely distorted. Everything has to be about drink. Even on the beach now, when you go down to the beach, you see that everybody's coming with blue bags, and it's just something awful sad about that people cannot just go and enjoy themselves without having a drink, and the damage that it causes. I sat in a group of family members this afternoon, and they were all in tears. They're all stressed out. They're devastated. They don't know what to do. They blame themselves, and it's just wrecking lives, And unless we begin to look at the relationship that we have with drink and how we relate it to the way we love, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe it's going to be like this bubble that's going to burst, and things will begin to turn around again. I would hope so.
Over the years, since Northland started, about over 30 years, there's been a kind of gradual change in that initially there would probably be more alcohol, and tablet misuse would be the main kind of substances, and then there's over the years been a change in substances. And with the kind of change in drinking patterns and the kind of broadening out over the amount of kind of substances people use, first thing I think you notice is the age group is getting younger, and that more young people are coming. The biggest thing you're hearing young people saying is, they don't go out in the way you used to go for a few drinks, or they don't even take a few tablets. It's always handfuls, it's always big amounts. But a lot of that is peer pressure too, a lot of that's keeping up with others, but those are things that people have to look at. I think a very big and important thing for people to help them along the journey is having people involved who know their use and are going to be involved in their lives when they leave here. So right from when people come in that door, everybody is asked to bring along someone who knows their use, a family member usually, but just even somebody close to them. So you also can kind of get a variety of kind of changes even in how the families get involved and start to understand things better. That just people, that understanding in itself begins to change things for people, and people can begin to make more informed choices. In the centre and lots of other places that do this, we put great importance on family involvement, because the family has a lot to offer the person in terms of helping them understand and see what they've been doing and what's been happening. But ultimately the most important thing is a person kind of coming to an understanding of themselves as a person, an important part. And I suppose the biggest part of our work is the people who attend this centre non-residentially, who just come along by themselves and with their family members to look at what's going on in their life around their use, where people are beginning to get concerned about the use, or those close to them are concerned about the use, or those working with them are concerned about the use, and trouble's beginning to happen, but they don't really feel they're fully dependent, or they don't really feel they're addicted, and they really don't feel they need to come in residentially, but they want to make some changes. They want to cut down, they want to address it, they want to pull back, they want to kind of just find, can they do that? And the bulk of our work, when we look at it, probably about 700 people a year, that work is going on all the time alongside the residential work, and that's about getting people intervening earlier. It's almost within the prevention umbrella, and maybe getting people to maybe slowly come to an understanding, where am I with my use? Can I cut down? Can I pull back? For some people that will be possible with that kind of good support. Some people may be that it's really that things are more serious, and they're struggling to come to terms with that, they're coming to accept it, and you sometimes help them just do that journey with people, where sometimes people maybe ultimately will have to come to the decision, I need to pull the plug in this all together, I need to stop this, I'd be better off not having it in my life. So you're doing that journey at different stages with people all the time. So yes, people can cut down, people can pull back. The big thing is getting in when you see things beginning to get out of hand. Don't wait till it gets too serious.